synagogue studying tonight Parashat Behaalotecha. And very interesting parasha. I would like to dedicate tonight's shiur L'Ilui Nishmat Rivka Bat Shaina and Avdil B'Chaim Tovim. We would like to wish refuah shlema for Gabriel Nomi Bat Rivka and Lisheva Bat Sheva Bat Rivka. Did I get that right? Gabriel Nomi Bat Leah Malka. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Bat Leah Malka and Bat Rosette. So very interesting parasha we have tonight. Can you get a chumash, Gilad? Open please your parasha to Behaalotecha, Perek Yud. Perek Yud Aleph. The last few psukim. Perek Yud, sorry. The last two psukim of Perek Yud. Shishi. Open to Shishi. So what do you notice there, Gilad?
My apologies, I'm still looking for it. Just a second.
Okay. Beginning of Shishi.
Okay.
What do you recognize?
The noon.
So first of all, you got the noon. The noon afucha. So the first question, what's the noon all about? What else do you recognize? What's the pasuk? Vayihi.
Vayi Am Ki Mitonenim.
No, wait, before that.
Right. Sorry? Sorry, Rabbi Netanel, I didn't...
Shishi. Yeah. What does it mean by Ibn Sa'aron? Do you recognize the pasuk?
Of course. That's something we say every time we get the Torah. We take out the Torah.
Oh, so very good. So on Shabbat, when we take out the Torah, we say Vayi bin Aaron, Vayomer Moshe. What's Aaron? Aaron is not referring to Aaron HaKohen, it's referring to Aaron Abrit. And that was where when Hashem rested, he said rested in the Aaron HaKodesh. And what does it say? Vayomer Moshe. Every time they used to leave the camp, used to travel in the Midbar, so Moshe used to say these words. Vayomer Moshe Kuma Hashem. Rise Hashem, v'yafutzu oivecha. All your enemies should go away. All those who hate you should run away from before you. So when they used to leave, they used to go out like a king in an army. And Moshe used to say tefillah that everyone should run away from you. Now, just a very interesting point. The Sifri says, who is Oivecha and Misanecha? Who hates Hashem? Who is those who hate the enemies of Hashem? Hashem has enemies.
Amalek.
Amalek is Hashem's enemy.
I don't know if it's an enemy. It's the right term.
Okay. Oivecha, Sonecha. Does Amalek hate Hashem? What did you say, Meir?
I think that they hate Hashem's direct presence on earth.
Oh, excellent. That's what we see. We see in the pasuk they hate Bnei Israel. So the Sifri says, it's not that they hate directly Hashem or that they hate. He said they hate Bnei Israel. And when Moshe is saying all your enemies should go away from before you, he's referring to the enemies of Israel. So the question is, Gilad, how do you explain it? If it's the enemies of Israel, why doesn't the pasuk say the enemies of Israel? Why does it say the enemies of Hashem?
Maybe Kuma Hashem v'yafutzu oivecha Israel.
But it doesn't say Israel. It says oivecha of Hashem. Go on, how do you explain that, Meir? If it's referring to the enemies of Israel, why does it say the enemies of Hashem? Oh, excellent. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. There's a Sifri says. The Sifri says, if you're enemy of Israel, you're enemy of Hashem. That means we are the people of one. It's like we're the children of God. If you mess with my son, you mess with me. There's nothing to start with. So first of all, we've got a big backup here. Anyone who starts with Am Yisrael is gone. He's finished. And you look at the history, throughout the history of Am Yisrael, whoever started with Am Yisrael is finished. No chance of survival. Okay, the longest surviving nation is the Chinese because they never started with Am Yisrael. That is their survival. Any other nation who started, they've finished and they've gone. Why? Because the enemies of Hashem. Enemies of Hashem, you've got no existence in the world. So that's the first lesson to learn with. What do you mean now you know that you hate Hashem? You wouldn't know that you hate Hashem? Ah. So you're explaining, explaining the disappearance of the nations of the world which attacked the Am Yisrael. And you see all the great the empires that have just risen and gone down. And what's the next pasuk? Lamed Vav. Uvenucho Yomar. Bein Soa. When the Aaron leaves, ubnucho is when he returns. When he comes, not when he returns, it means when he rested. It means when he goes out to travel and when he rests. Moshe says another pasuk. Shuva Hashem, return Hashem, revevot alfei Yisrael, to the many myriads or the thousands of Israel. And here you see Moshe is doing two tefillot. He's doing a tefillah when he leaves and when they arrive. Doing tefillah that we should go out and be successful like him. And we should rest. It's also tefillah that the presence of Hashem should rest amongst us. So, we're going back to the Nun Hafucha. And can you see the Nun in your Chumash, Meir? So what's the Nun Hafucha about? What is that about? Why do we have a Nun over here? Halfway through, it's a good guess.
I think that you mentioned, I think, that from this point it's going... So from this point it starts to go downhill.
Downhill? What's going downhill?
Their Bnei Israel and their relationship with Hashem and their behavior and their... they start to compete.
What's the Nun about? Oh, so very good. So Gilad and Meir, you're exactly saying what Rashi says. Let's learn it together. That's the secret to studying Chumash, is to learn Rashi. So well done for being mechaven to Rashi. And if you actually looked at Rashi, that's even better. That means you're learning Chumash properly. We're looking at Rashi. But Rashi says, Asal lo simaniot. It's a sign. When there's nuns, this is the only time, it's an anomaly in the Torah. There's the only time in the 5 books for the Torah that there is a sign of a nun. What's the signs for? Rashi tells us. Now, how many chumashim are there in the Torah? Chamisha mi yodea. Chamisha ani yodea. Chamisha chumsei Torah. So Rashi over here tells you it's not really 5, it's really 7. Let's read Rashi together. You got Pasuk Lamed Hey? Pasuk Lamed Hey. עשה לו סימניות מלפניו ומלאחריו. לומר שאין זה מקומו. That means these two psukim is written like in brackets. You got a brackets, it's not meant to be here, it's like a footnote. It's not meant to be here. Now the Gemara actually tells us that this is a separate sefer in itself. Sefer of Vayhi bin Aaron, which means Bamidbar is not really one Chumash, it's split up into 3. You got the first half until Shishi of Behaalotecha. These two psukim is another Chumash, and then the third Chumash is the rest. Each is a completely different sefer. That's how the Gemara calls it. And what's the purpose of having it here? Why do we stick in? So first, you should know, if you get Aliyah this Shabbat and Aliyah Shishi, which is number one, Ashishi is the most important aliyah of Sod. Ben Ish Chai said you should try to get the aliyah Shishi. But if you get this week aliyah Shishi, you're actually reading two different chumashim, because you're reading this chumash, this parasha, and the next parasha is another chumash, which is really rare to find one aliyah, two chumashim. Why is it written in here? Let's see one question. What is written here in brackets? May you with us? Why keep written in brackets? Yeah, between the no, is like the badness, the bad things that happen. Rashi tells us this whole parasha is the Am Yisrael Gilad said they've gone down. They're changing. They're cool. They have a lot of nisyonot and challenges, and Hashem. Okay, excuse me, sorry for that. Where were we? Where was I up to? Oh, so it's making an interruption. So Rashi says that these psukim is shelo b'mkoman. Now, I want to ask, what is shelo b'mkoman? What is shelo b'mkoman? That's not the right place for them. Why is it not the right place? So I didn't understand what it means not the right place. So originally I think, okay, if you look for all the traveling, now we're talking about the things that happened in the Midbar, when suddenly stick it in. Now if you learn Rashi says, En mukdam v'muchar b'Torah. You know what that means?
Yeah, that the Torah is not a history book. It's not
familiar with that concept?
Yeah, of course.
En mukdam v'muchar b'Torah. So Rashi says that it doesn't really necessarily read everything chronological, or some things change around. So that means if things are not always written in the event of chronological event, so what does Rashi tell us here? Zelo b'mkoman, it's not the right place. What do you mean? And then that's why I need to write brackets of these two nunim to give you a sign that it's not in the right place. But a lot of times in the Torah it's jumbled up, and we find things which is en mukdam v'muchar b'Torah. So I didn't understand this Rashi. How do you understand it? I asked my friend, he gave me an answer, but maybe you can give me. Speak up. Yes. Oh, so let's say you give something similar answer like that. So there's an order of chronological time events, but there's an order also you group things in sets where it's supposed to go, where it's supposed to be. So there's a sequence of a normal sequence. How you can put things in order. Okay, so you can either put things in order of time, or you can group things together in events. And here it's not in a time place, or it's not even the right place for it. Because we're talking about the stories of Am Yisrael in the desert, what happened to them. And suddenly we stick this in the middle. So Rashi says that's why it has to be in brackets. So Rashi explains us, Lama nichtav kan. Why is it written here? If it's a sequence of events and it's not this place where it should be, why is it here? And Rashi says, Kidei lafsik. Kidei lafsik ben paranut le paranut. That means we don't want to mention 3 paranut in a row. Okay, 3 is a koach of chazakah. 3 is a chut meshulash. 3 is a strong thing. And we don't want to put three things of paranut together in the Torah. Now, it's not just not mentioning together that means it doesn't exist. When you write something in the Torah is a book that it's not a book. It's not a recording. Torah is eternal. Sorry, Gilad, you said something?
No.
You wanted to say? I can't hear you.
No. That's clear.
So the Torah is an eternal book. That means if we're putting in the Torah three things of Poranut together, that's going to be eternally. It's Chotom Shelash. It's the chazak of three things. Or Am Yisrael doing bad things together. We don't want that in the Torah. We don't want that to be a sample for us, an example for future generations that we're going to be three things of Poranut together. So we make a split. We put it in different books. It's not even just enough to put two psukim. We have to put brackets in and separate it and take a separate parasha. And it's very important to study these lessons. And I want to do this in short, and I just really want to spend the shiur tonight. If the Torah made a special event over here, it created the letter, invented the letter, two nuns, afuchim, with brackets. This is where brackets come from, to put things in the wrong place. Not to do these three things together. And he told us to study these things. So we need to really study them and know what we do, what we need to learn from them. We have to correct this. So let's just quickly look at the first two, the first one before and the second one, and then I want to focus a bit on the third one because for me it was a novelty and a great insight, and I would like to share it with you. Are you excited?
Thank you, please.
So Lamed Gimel, can you just please read for me the first three words of Pasuk Lamed Gimel before the nuns?
So to read Lamed Gimel?
Yeah, please. Just the first three words of Pasuk Lamed Gimel.
Vaisu ma'ar Hashem.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, what Avera is that? The Gemara says this is a big Avera, and this is the Avera which can't be put together with other ones. So what does that mean? What Avera is it? Vaisu ma'ar Hashem.
But if they left, how can they leave if Danan didn't leave before? So what permission did they have to leave?
Oh, so very good. So they left with Hashem. They left. But the question is, how did they leave? Now, it's not clear. Rashi here doesn't say anything, but the Gemara does say. Maybe I can look up the Gemara just quickly for us. Vayisau me'ar Hashem. What's unusual about this pasuk? Vayisau me'ar Hashem. What is Har Hashem?
Sinai? Chorev.
It's Chorev, Har Sinai. Now the pasuk doesn't say Har Sinai. It doesn't say Har Chorev, and it calls it Har Hashem. So that means they went away from the mountain of Hashem. Now the Gemara says they went on Har Sinai to receive the Torah. How did they leave Har Sinai? How did they leave the Har where they accepted Hashem? It says Yisrael, they left away and they went away from Hashem. That's what it said. That's how you're studying the pasuk. V'yisau me'ar Hashem. They didn't just go away from the mountain. They went away from the mountain of Hashem. When it says when they camped in Har Sinai, it says V'yichon sham Yisrael neged ha'har. They call the ha'har is the mountain. But Har Hashem is referring that here they left because they were happy to leave Har Hashem. It means it was like too much for them. It was like the Gemara gives an analogy of Tinok aborach bibet hasefer. What does that mean? Last day of school. School leaves, all the children, or the last day of the week of school, everyone leaves, they run from school. Because they don't like school. School is a burden, you have to learn, you have to do homework, you can go home, you can play. And the Gemara says this is what they do. When Am Yisrael left the Har Hashem, they just wanted to go back to life. It was too much of them. And here we see this is an Avera. That means at the end of your learning, you finish your learning, how do you close your Sefer? You close your Gemara. You close it, you give it a kiss, say thank you, Torah, or like you shut the book, flick it closed, off you go. Vayisau me'ar Hashem, they were running to leave. They wanted to escape and leave the Hashem. So that was the first Avera, which they said over here, the Poranut. When you're leaving Har Hashem, how do you leave? So what can we learn from that? What do we need to learn from that? Yeah, let's hear your ideas. You have good ideas.
It's also, if you look at the end of the pasuk, it's latur la'hem menucha, which means that they were not.
Very good. They wanted a break. They wanted to find it easy.
They were not calm. They were not settled. Like, you understand, relaxed. It's
It looks like they want.
it's like they were running away. You understand?
Can you speak up?
It's
Go on. Rabbi Hashem נוסע לפניהם. Very interesting. No, it fits in around very nicely. What was the whole point of this escaping business? Go on. So the Gemara says about the Goyim, that the Goyim, they were kicking the sukkah on the way out. Okay, so how can we do that practically? Just let me add one thing. The Pirush HaRosh, he says on this pasuk, what does it mean? Ketinok haborech mebeit hasefer. What were they running away? He says, Kach Yisrael amru, let's get out of here. Shema yirotze le'arbot lanu Torah acheret. Maybe he wants to add on another mitzvah. Before he gives us another mitzvah, let's get out of here. That was their approach. You know, he's already given us 613. Let's just cut our losses there and get out before he gives more. And the whole approach is wrong. It's not like he needs to run away from. It's for their own good. You know, should be waiting for more. So, yeah, I was just thinking, so, you know, we had Chag HaShavuot last week, yeah? And we were receiving the Torah. So, how would we is our approach now to the Torah when we're like, are we Yisrael Me'ar Hashem? Do we escape? Or we're looking for more shiur Torah? So maybe it means, you know, when we're leaving shul or when we're leaving a shiur, not to like run out. You know, okay, there's halacha at the end, yeah? So let's just run out before we have to stay for the whole halacha, yeah? Or, no, Tinok HaBorech, you want to hear another halacha, this could make your day. You spend 1 day, 1 minute of your time for Hashem, for listening to Kriyat Torah, listening
and
to
on Friday evening, when you say Igdal, you need to sit.
Ken?
Even at the end of
You need to sit.
Friday evening, you want to run, you want to go have dinner, you need to say Igdal, sitting, slowly.
So you're going to be Yisrael Me'ar Hashem.
Yeah. And also, that's very important thing. And also when you say on Shabbat morning, when you're there, you know, after a long tefillah and everything, you say Adon Olam, everything. You need to be, you know, to do it properly, not just to rush it. It just
that's the hard part. And in fact, it's very important, like what God is saying. Chazal tell us, "Kol olech achei hachatima." Kol olech hachatima at the end. If you do the end properly, then everything is good. And you find that a lot of things in the Torah, the most difficult time of nisayon is at the end. Is at the end. That's the hardest time, right? You know, the hardest tefillah to come on time is Mincha Erev Shabbat. You know, it's the last tefillah of the week, and everyone's like, okay, does the last minute get there because you're ready for Shabbat. Okay, but it's the most important tefillah. It's the end. It's the finish. It's to finish it off nicely. That's where the nisayon, right? At the end of the day, that's the difficult time. At the end of the tefillah, that's where the nisayon is. Because the finish makes the whole thing good. And you find that also in life with people. You know, when you have a conversation with someone and then you get cut off at the end. You didn't say goodbye. Yeah? So you call them back, just say, okay, I didn't say goodbye, so I'm calling you back just to say goodbye. Because it's not a nice feeling just to end off, not nicely. Or even if you're friends with somebody, you know, for many years, and then you move towns. So if you end off with nice and present and say goodbye nicely, okay, you stay friends forever. But if you're friends for 20 years, and then you have like a little fight at the end, and then you leave, then there will be your enemy always. And if you're fighting for 20 years, and then you make friends, and then you leave, so always friends for life. Because everything goes according to the end. So it's such a shame you have a beautiful tefillah or beautiful shiur, but then you have to leave before the end. Hashem. So it's like you're spinning the whole thing. Do I hear the messages? Because they're scared to get more from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we would want to be hearing more. So maybe that's some lessons that we can learn from there. Let's move on to the next parasha. And it's very interesting, and it's a very I don't know how to describe it. It's secluded. It's puzzling. But Perek Yud Aleph Pasuk Aleph. The whole parasha is one pasuk, and doesn't really say much. Let's read the pasuk. Vayihi ha'am
כמתאוננים.
What's מתאוננים?
Complaining.
Complaining. That's what a pasuk says. It doesn't tell us anything more than that. The people were complaining. Ra be'oznei Hashem, and it was bad in the ears of Hashem. He didn't like to hear this complaining. What happened? Now it doesn't even say what they were complaining about. It just said they complained. What happened? Vayishma Hashem. Vayichar Apo. He heard. He got angry. He was furious, and then straight away, boom! Vativor bam esh. Esh Hashem, the fire of God went out. Vatochal b'ktei hamachne. It just swallowed up everything. Now for me, this is mind-boggling. But it doesn't even say like what they're complaining. But it's the question, like, I didn't know how do we want to be complain? That's like the only thing they did wrong. They're complaining. We complain about everything. We complain about the weather. We complain about the traffic. We complain about what do we not complain about? Everything is normal. It's human nature to complain. What do we find in the Torah you're not allowed to complain? Is there so to complain? Gilad, are you allowed to complain?
Just a second, my apologies for a second. So again, what do you mean if you're allowed to complain? Complaining.
My question is it that bad to complain that you have to kill everyone in a fire instantly, a heavenly fire?
So I think that so if you want a yes or no, so the answer is no. But again, not to complain, it means that you need to reach a certain of level of understanding that then, make you realize.
What's no? What do you mean by no? What's no?
No, complaining is something very bad. Complaining, when you complain, it means that you lack emunah even at the basic level, or even understanding of emunah at the basic level when you complain.
Right. Shosh is bad.
It's just you don't understand. You don't understand the fundamentals. You just don't understand, and that's okay. But when you complain,
okay, and that's
complain.
Listen.
When you
I was very puzzled because I think this is very harsh. This is like going out with fire, everyone burning. And what are you so upset about? We're complaining. People complain. I didn't think that was so bad. That's the truth. And then I look at Rashi. And I want you to look at Rashi with me. So first of all, let's just add a little bit because Meir said depends who you're complaining to. So I want to acknowledge something first of all, what Gilad said, and I definitely agree with it. It's definitely not a good thing. It's not healthy to complain. You don't get anything out of it. Yeah, people enjoy it, but it just makes you grumpy or grouchy, and no one likes a complainer. It's not fun to have someone complaining. Everyone likes to have happy people around. No one likes to have complaining people. It's definitely not a good trait. But here's something a bit more than that. It's more than just simple complaining. But I just want to say there was one of my friends, and he's just a simple Jew. Simple Jew was at the age of 24, maybe. He was just like a working boy, working at. He was a carpenter. He used to make cupboards and stuff. And I just asked him, how are you? And he said, thank Baruch Hashem Akol Dvash. I don't even know how to say that in English. Thank God everything is sweet like honey. Yeah. I was like, really? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, what's so good? I thought, what you're engaged, you're on high. What, you just bought a house. What are you so happy about? I goes, no, nothing. Nothing. But he said, I learned in my life that people are what they have in hospitals and what they're going through, and I don't have any suffering. I'm good. I'm healthy. Yeah, I'm loving life. It's on the way back from shul. This is what he said to me on the way back from shul. And I was very inspired by that. What a way to look at life. Nothing to complain about. He said earlier, I've got nothing to complain about. And everyone has something to complain about. But he said, I've got nothing to complain about. And I think that, was something profound. Another thing also, my mother-in-law always used to say, he said, never complain. Never complain. And I just, I remember her saying that many, many times. Never complain. That was like her motto. And the thing is, when you complain, then you don't want to give Hashem a reason to make you complain. If you complain for no reason, then Hashem could give you a reason. So first it was a bad character, but here it's something more. Now let's look at Rashi Pasuk Aleph. I understand what was so bad. Can you see Vahi Ha'am? Kimit Onenim. Meir, do you want to read for us? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's one thing, Ha'am. That means the pasuk refers to the people either as Ha'am or Israel. When it says Ha'am, it just means the bad people of Israel, the Risha'im. So first of all, it's not even all of Israel, just the bad people, the Risha'im part. And he says, look, if you look at the rest of Rashi, he says Ha'am hazeh hara. But Keshem Ksherim Korim Ami. Ami is my people. Shlach et Ami. Ami ma'asite lach. So Ami is my people. Ha'am is the nation. The difference between my nation, whether the Ksharim and the Rashaim. Now, mitonenim, it wasn't just complaining. Ki mitonenim, en mitonenim ele lashon alila. What does Rashi say? Go on, Meir. An excuse. What does that mean? That's the big line. That's it. You just hit the jackpot. Exactly. That's why you saw Ma'ar Hashem. They wanted to get away from Hashem. It wasn't just complaining that, this is such a long journey we have. And then Rashi says that in the next line. So they'll go, this is too much. This is a journey what we have to go through. They were looking for an excuse to get away from Hashem. And this is also, it's not just complaining about traffic. It's lack of akarat tov. It's kfui tova. Hashem takes you out of slavery from Egypt. It brings you out. You're going to the land of where it's milk and honey. When you're going to, study in the way of Hashem, the teaching the Torah, the beautiful life you're going to have there. And you're looking for excuses to complain, to get away from Hashem. Okay, this is already another level. This is a kfui tova.
But look, there are. Again, we talk about a bunch of slaves. Okay, so again, yes, they've seen all the things, but changing their DNA, to rewire their brains to, it's not a simple thing, right?
Yeah, we're only talking about the Reshaim. We're only talking about the Reshaim. Yeah, no, we're talking about Israel. There's a small part of Reshaim which said this. So, what do we learn from this? What can we learn from this?
That we need to stay away from Hashem.
Doesn't say anything? What do you mean? Yeah. No, I'm not sure if that is true, because you don't know if they argued or not argued. It says the mitonenim, the Am were mitonenim, and then mitonenim they got killed. Those who complain. So you see, there's a complaining of kfui tova. So I think we need to appreciate everything that Hashem gives us, and appreciate Hashem, and appreciate our situation. We can ask tefillah that Hashem make our situation better. That's fine. But when complaining and saying, okay, look, I'm keeping Shabbat, I'm keeping kasher, I'm doing all the mitzvot, and then look what Hashem gives me. This is not a good deal. I'm cutting. I'm a proof of contract. I'm not quit. I'm not going to synagogue today. Yeah, I'm not going to shul today. This is the whole situation of here with mitonenim. They were looking to complain to get away from Hashem, and I think this is we be careful about how we're doing things. to make sure we always do it, in a happy way or best we can, if not to complain about it. This is Rabbi Hashem. וישמע ויחר אפו ותבער בם אש השם תאכל. What do you think? You have something to add? Okay. So I want to move on to the main part of this year. Are you still with me? And this is the parasha of the Ta'ava. What's Ta'ava? I want to do 3 Rashis and then I want to end off with the story.
Ta'ava is last.
Okay. Again?
Last.
Is last. No, is Ta'ava. Now here specifically, what was the Ta'ava? Let's read Pasuk Daled. You don't have Pasuk Daled. Okay, I can read if you can just follow with me. Va'asafsuf. And that was Asafsuf was the Erev Rav. The people who joined outside of Israel. That means no, we're not talking about Am Yisrael specifically the pure, but the bad guys. Erev Rav. Asafsuf asher bekirbo hitavu ta'ava. Now, is there anything wrong with that? Hitavu ta'ava? They wanted something. But look at the next word. Vayishvu vayivku. What do they do if you go to Ta'ava? It wasn't a Ta'ava for Avera. It was just a Ta'ava, they wanted nice food. Okay, I want to go out for dinner. Is there something bad about wanting to go out for dinner? No, it's kosher, you're allowed to. But what do they do? Vayishvu vayivku gam b'nei Yisrael. Again?
Vayishuvu.
Vayishuvu means they did it returned again. It wasn't the first time they're crying again. That means the first time they're complaining, now they're complaining again. Now they didn't just say, Hashem, please can we have meat? What did they say? Vayivku gam b'nei Yisrael. Also, b'nei Yisrael joined in with them. Vayomru mi yachilenu basar. Who's going to give us meat? We can't have any meat here. Zacharnu et hadaga asher nochal b'Mitzrayim. Remember the fish that we see, chinam. What does chinam mean?
Well, they don't need to pray after? They don't need to say Todah?
Why did you say that? Chinam means for free. Now, why is Gilad?
Here they have full chinam. Just now they need to the bracha afterward.
Here's also chinam, but here they have to make a bracha. And Sachinam means chinam from the mitzvot. So very good, Gilad. Rashi says that. Let's take a Rashi Pasuk Hey. Beautiful Rashi, Gilad. Rashi Pasuk Hey. Im Tomash Mitzrayim in Egypt, did they have the fish for free? It wasn't fish for free. Teven lo natnu lahem. They didn't even give them straw to make the bricks. They didn't give them bricks. They didn't give them straw to make the bricks. You think they gave them fish for free? Rashi says, Ma'u chinam mina mitzvot. They wanted chinam mina mitzvot. I want to eat and go. I don't want to wash my hands before. I don't want to make a bracha before I eat. I don't want to make a bracha after I eat. I want it for free. And here you see it was part of Alila just to get away from the way of Hashem. It wasn't an excuse, just they didn't want meat. They didn't want the mitzvot behind the meat. זכרנו את הדגה שנאכל במצרים חינם. את הקישואים, את האבטיחים, את החציר, את הבצלים, את השומים. ועתה נפשנו יבשה כי אין כל בלתי על המן עינינו. They're sick of eating man. I'm going to skip out a few psukim, and I want to get to the main point, okay? Look at Pasuk Yud. Vayishma Moshe ta'am bocheh. Moshe is hearing everyone crying and everyone complaining about food. And it's a horrible thing to hear people complaining about food, especially when you've got the man. Man is the best food. Man is lechem min hashamayim, right? If it was the most healthy thing that you could eat. It was full vitamins and just absorbed fully by the body. There had no solid, there was no waste.
But doesn't it depend on your spiritual level? The way you absorb it, the way you enjoy it?
So the level of spiritual level, it depended how much you had to go to collect it. The tzaddikim had it next to their door. If you're less of a tzaddik, you had to walk a little further to get it. But the food itself, it depended on how much kavanah you had to enjoy it. But it was pure holy food. It was a food which was nourished the body and soul completely. And it was totally absorbed by the body and vitamins. There was no waste. That means you didn't need to go to the toilet. There was no bathrooms in the whole of the desert because you didn't need it. Think about it. You didn't have to change nappies. Think about how amazing that is. You didn't have to train and to go to the toilet. It's unbelievable. And they're complaining about what, a bit of fish, a bit of meat. So that thing, what does that teach us? First of all, the best thing that you can have, bagashmiut, in this world, there's no end. There's no end. You're always not going to be happy, and there's always one more. And this is what Chazal tell us, En Adam yotze v'chatzi ta'avato beyado. If you want ta'ava, you're not going to get half of the ta'ava that you want. V'atava motzi et adam min ha'olam. There's no end to ta'ava. You can have the best food, the best man, and you still want something else. And so this is really, we should think about what we really want to go for. What's important for us. Vayishma Moshe ha'am et Amram, and you're complaining. Vayichar Hashem me'od. He was very angry. I'm going to miss out a few psukim. Can you skip with me? Oh, so very good. So Rashi speaks about that. And that sounds even worse. If you want to eat animal, you got animal, eat it. What do you want? See, the whole thing is just about complaining to get away from Hashem. Look at Pasuk Yud Gimel. Ma'ayin li basar latet lekol ha'am hazeh. Moshe Rabbeinu is saying to Hashem, where am I going to get so much meat to feed these people? How much meat do you need to feed 3 million people? How much meat do you need? 3 million people. It's a lot of meat. I think about how much meat you need for a wedding, or for a big event with 10,000 people, 50,000 people. How much meat you need? So for 3 million, you never seen so much food in your life. Moshe says, "Lo ochal anochi levadi leset et kol ha'am hazeh ki kaved hu mimeni." Where am I supposed to give them food? And here, Moshe Rabbeinu, he loses it. V'im kacha at oseh li hargeni na. I can't take it. Kill me. Harega im matzati chen beinecha ve'al harei barati. So Hashem immediately calms down Moshe Rabbeinu and he says, "Don't worry, I'm going to get you back up. I'm going to give you shivim zekenim." I'm missing out a few psukim. And I really wanted to focus on this Pasuk Yud Chet, because this is the main lesson for tonight. And this changed my week, this Pasuk. Pasuk Yud Chet. You with me, Meir?
Yeah.
Ve'el ha'am tomar. I want you to tell the people, Hitkadshu lemachar. Now what does Rashi say, Hitkadshu lemachar? Get ready for tomorrow. Get ready for tomorrow. And Rashi says Puranut. It's going to be a day of death. Hakdisham liyom haraga. Tell them to get ready. Because you know what's going to happen tomorrow? Achaltem basar. You're going to eat meat. Ki bachitem ba'oznei Hashem. Because you complained. Mi yochilenu basar ki tov lanu b'Mitzrayim. It was better that we left in Egypt. See, this is Kfui Tova. Kfui Tova we see repeated here again. So it's really like 3 things of Kfui Tova. Kfui Tova in the beginning because they left Har Hashem when they got mitzvot, which for their own good. Second time they were complaining about the journey to leave Hashem, and really that was funny. And here's again Kfui Tova. And they're saying, Kitov lanu b'Mitzrayim was better in Egypt. V'natan Hashem lachem basar, don't worry, you're going to get your meat. V'achaltem, you're going to eat. And not only one day you're going to eat for 1 day, not for 2 days. Lo yom echad, lo tochlon, lo yomayim, lo chamisha yamim, lo asara yamim, lo 20 yom. Not 20 days. Ad chodesh yamim, you're going to eat meat, not for 1 meal. Making a big wedding for 50,000 people, for 3 million people. It was a meat for 30 days, a whole month. Ad asher yetzeh ma'apechem. What do you mean, ad asher yetzeh ma'apechem? Till it comes out your nose. Till you're sick of it, till you die from it. Vaya lechem lezara. And this is what's going to kill you in the end. You're going to be disgusted from it. Yan ki ma'astem at Hashem b'kirbechem. This is what you did wrong. Ma'astem, you despised Hashem. Hashem came down and was with you. And you complaining about food. V'tivku lefanav. Lemor lama ze yatzanu b'Mitzrayim. Why did we leave Egypt? Now, does this make sense, what we just read now? Well, they complained. They wanted meat. They were kfui tova. Hashem said, you all deserve to die. Tell them tomorrow you're going to die. Okay. You're going to kill them. So why, what? Because they complained about meat. So why giving them meat? If they complained meat and it was wrong, so don't give them meat and kill them. If you want to give them meat, so give them meat and don't kill them. What's the point of giving them meat and kill them? If you want to answer their tefillot, they're asking for meat, give them meat, so give them meat. If you want to kill them, kill them. But why giving them meat and then killing them? Do they deserve a reward or do they deserve a punishment? Why are you doing both? What is the point of Hashem doing that? What was it? You appreciate my question? It sounds like contradictory over here. It's like you're giving him, before you're killing him, you're giving him like his last request. It's almost like a cannibal, What's Midah Keneged Midah? What do you mean? Well, you think it's for your own good, it's just going to cause you to die. This is what you want. Be careful what you ask for because you're going to get it and you're going to get so much of it till you're going to die from it. That was like a punishment. It was like making them suffer from what they asked. What do you say, Gilad? What's your idea?
I'm not sure. I need to think about it.
Not sure. So, look at the next pasuk and Moshe. Moshe says 600,000 people, רגלי העם, אשר אנוכי בקבועם with them. ואתה אמרת בשר אתן להם. ואכלו חודש ימים. And then Moshe says, הצאן ובקר ישחט להם, ומצה. Is it going to be enough for them? את כל דגי הים יאסף להם ומצה להם. Is it going to be for them enough? The fish. Whatever you're going to give them, it's not going to be enough. They're complaining. They just want to complain. ויאמר Hashem el Moshe. This is the pasuk. ויאמר Hashem el Moshe. Hashem says to Moshe the next three words. Hayad Hashem tiktzar. Now, what does that mean? Hayad Hashem tiktzar.
So is it anything that is short of my ability?
Exactly. Is there anything that God cannot do? Hayad Hashem tiktzar. Is there anything that I can't do? Hayad Hashem tiktzar. Is my hand short? Is my hand able to do anything? Hashem says to Moshe, I am God. Now you're going to see that I can do everything. Now, what was he saying of it? What was Hashem telling Moshe? Now, I want to show you this beautiful Rashi. Finish this Rashi and I'll tell the story. This is what I wanted to come to. There was introduction. Whole shiur was introduction for this pasuk. Please read with me this Rashi. Beautiful, beautiful Rashi. Kaf bet. V'chavod meir. Hatzon u'bakar yishachet. Can you see? Or maybe Gilad, you want to read it for us? Zechad.
זה אחד מהדברים שהיה רבי עקיבא דורש, ואין רבי שמעון דורש כמותו. רבי עקיבא אומר, 600,000 רגלי, ואתה אמרת, בשר אתן להם ואכלו חודש ימים הצאן ובקר וכו', הכל כמשמעו, מי יספיק להם? כעניין שנאמר,
Moshe was saying, is it going to be enough from them? כעניין שנאמר, מצא כדי גדולתו. It's going to be enough. Continue, באיזו קשה זו? זו או שימון האמורים, אלא לפי שלא אמר ברבים חסך לו הכתוב ולא נפרע ממנו, וזו של מריבה הייתה בגלוי, לפיכך לא חסך לו הכתוב. רבי שמעון אומר חס ושלום, לא עלתה על דעתו של אותו צדיק. Stop. One second, stop. So what's Rabbi Akiva saying?
So Rabbi Akiva is actually Moshe. Moshe's fault. What's happening now? That Moshe actually, because Moshe was asking Hashem, so Hashem's response was actually these 30 days. The fact that he was not as bad as Amorim, Shimun Amorim, because it was in a private discussion with Hashem and not.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So that's the second part is right. Just the first part. What's the first part? The first part is explaining this pasuk is that Hashem is taking to Moshe. Moshe is saying, let me get this right. Moshe is saying, how is it going to be enough for them? Where am I going to get so much meat? And Hashem is saying to Moshe, don't worry, I can do everything. And here, it's like Moshe did something wrong. Moshe didn't believe in his ability of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to provide for Am Yisrael everything. The tzon u'bakar yishachet lem u'matzah. Are you going to find enough meat to satisfy them? Are you going to give them enough fish to satisfy them? You're not going to be able to satisfy them. And Hashem turns around to Moshe and says, what do you mean I'm not going to be able to satisfy them? I'm God, I can do anything. You don't believe I can do everything? And here's one of the faults of Moshe Rabbeinu. So Rashi says, if Moshe did something wrong here, why didn't he get punished like when he did Shimon HaMorim? And then Rashi answers, because here was in private conversation and there was in public. By when he hit the cellar and he said, Shimon HaMorim, look, and he hit the rock. Instead of speaking to the rock, that was Moshe was the state of lack of emunah in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They can bring water from rock just by speaking. He thought he needed to do an action. So here you're questioning the ability of Hashem. You're questioning the emunah of Hashem. It's much greater. Rashi says this was in private, it wasn't in public. So obviously it makes sense. In public, it's much bigger Chilul Hashem. But here he says Hashem saying to Moshe, don't believe I can do everything. So that's one way of understanding this pasuk, Rabbi Akiva. But Rabbi Shimon doesn't agree with him. This is one of the 4 places that Rabbi Akiva was the Rav, and Rabbi Shimon, referring to his Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And he was a Talmid of Rabbi Akiva. And Rashi tells this is one of the 4 places Shiloh Rabbi Shimon. But listen to Rabbi Shimon's pshat. This is a beautiful pshat. Chavod Gilad, you did a great job. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Chas v'shalom. This is where it comes from, the Chas v'shalom. Chas v'shalom, Rabbi Shimon. Chavod Gilad, you did a great job. Carry on from the Rashi in the middle.
לא עלתה על דעתו של אותו צדיק כך, מי שכתוב...
That means, לא עלתה על דעתו. He never even thought of this. אותו צדיק is משה רבנו.
יאמר, אין המקום מספיק לנו, אלא כך אמר, 600,000 רגלי וכו', ואתה אמרת בשר אתן לחודש ימים, ואחר כך תהרוג אומה גדולה כזו, הצאן ובקר ישחט להם כדי שיהרגו, ותהיה אכילה זו מספקתן עד עולם, וכי שכחה וזה אומרים לו לחמור, טול קור שעורים ונחתוך ראשך, השיבה הקדוש ברוך.
Stop. Very good, stop. So, what's more, Rabbi Shimon's explanation is, let me just explain what you read now. Moshe Rabbeinu is ne'eman b'chol be'eti ne'eman. He's the biggest tzaddik. Of course, he's not questioning Hashem. He's not one of his... Moshe believed in Hashem completely. But Moshe was asking him a question. What's the point? You're going to give them so much meat, give them so much fish, and then you're going to kill all of them? What's the point of that? What are they going to say about you? Hashem, think about your praise. Are they going to praise you for doing that? You're going to tell a chamor, take this, carry this for me, and then I'll cut your head off. What do you mean? Eat all this meat and then I'm going to kill you. What's the point of that? That was the question. You want to punish them or you want to reward them? What are you doing over here? And Yeshiva HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is what we're coming to. This is the lesson. Listen to this answer. Hashiva HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Chavod Gilad, read slowly. Ve'im lo.
If
I don't give them meat, what are they going to say?
That I can't.
Im lo eten. If I don't give them, Yomuk shektzara yadi. They're going to say, I can't do it. Now, who cares what they say? We're going to kill them. You're going to kill them. Don't give them, you're going to kill them. Who cares what they're going to say? Hashem says, no. Yomuk shektzara yadi. They said, why did I kill them? Because I can't feed them. I couldn't feed them, I'll kill them. A king. You ask a king says, okay, ask me for your best wishes. What do you want? I'll give you. You ask for something which you exaggerate. You can't do it? Okay, it kills you. Because what do you mean? You can't make him look small that you can't do it. Says Rashi, Hatov be'enecha sheyad Hashem tiktzar be'enehem. And look at this line. Yovduhem. They should all die. U'mea kayotze be'em. And another 100 like them. Ve'al tehi yadi ktzara lifnehem afilu sha'a achat. They don't think that Hashem can't do something for even one moment. Don't think Hashem can't do. Hashem is infinite. Hashem is all-powerful. Hashem is the Almighty. Anything Hashem can do. We have to believe that. We believe that. And not only that, Hashem doesn't even want us to think about it for 1 second. He's willing to kill everybody, all the Am, Asafsuf. Feed them and kill them. They shouldn't think he can't do it. Now we have to learn that lesson in Emunah. There's nothing that Hashem can't solve. Whatever problems we have in life, whatever difficulty, Even if we can't think of an idea, and this happens many times, the person says, I don't know what can get me out of this. I don't know how I can get out of this. I don't know. But Hashem knows. Hayad Hashem tiktzar. And this is one of the kavanot and tefillah. We say, Hashem matzmiach yeshuot. When you have no idea how you're going to get saved, it's something maybe that money can't solve. You don't have money for it, okay? And the doctors can't save you, they can't help you. So who's going to help you? You don't even know what to pray for. You don't need to pray for more money, pray for I don't know. We're gonna stick with people. Hashem is matzmiach yeshuot. I can find the Yeshua from nowhere. You don't even know what to pray for. What should you do if you don't know what to pray for? You pray matzmiach yeshuah. Hashem, you give me Yeshua. Think of something. I can't think of anything. My mind is about 12 centimeters wide. That's how big my brain is. 12 small centimeters. You are the infinite almighty. You think of it. Hashem is matzmiach yeshuah. Hashem tiktzar. Hashem can do anything. If we believe in Hashem, Hashem can save us from everything. And let's just read the third explanation of Hashem tiktzar, the next Rashi. So there's two approaches. Let's just summarize. Thank you. There's Rabbi Akiva's approach and Rabbi Shimon's approach. Very important and very critical difference. According to Rabbi Akiva, is Moshe is saying over here that however much you slaughter is not going to be enough, and it's not going to be enough for them. And Hashem is telling Moshe the Musa, what do you think? I can't do everything. Hashem tiktzar. Is there something I can't do? That's the first approach. Second approach, Rabbi Shimon, is no. Of course, Moshe believes in the power of Hashem, but Hashem is answering Moshe because Moshe is telling Hashem, why are you doing this? Feeding them and then killing them. Says Hashem to Moshe, because I don't want them to think for 1 second that Hashem tiktzar. I don't want them to think that I killed them because I can't do it. I'm going to show them that I can do it. I'm going to feed them for 30 days until it comes out of their noses. They'll die from it, but they won't say that I can't do anything. There's something that I can't do.
One quick question just about about Rabbi Akiva, because Shimon HaMorim, the problem with Shimon HaMorim was not that he got angry and he hit the rock twice. Shimon HaMorim, it's that actually he assigned or he actually said that there is a defect, there is a problem with Am Yisrael that they are Morim. It's not that he said that Asher Maritem, but Dvarim he said Asher Maritem. It's not the same thing, Maritem and Morim. Morim, it means that you have a flaw in you. It's not that you have done something wrong. It's that you are flawed. It's not the same thing. And that's the explanation of the Rambam, as I recall, that because he said Amorim, then Hashem said, okay, so that's it. Now you need to step down. You're not for purpose anymore to lead the people if you see a defect in them. You cannot lelamed zchut. You cannot protect them from themselves.
Very interesting. So according to the Ramban, it's going to be different. It's different to how Rashi is learning the Rabbi Akiva.
Under this approach of, so that's why I don't understand Rabbi Akiva. This approach of if you say Shimon HaMorim, because that was very severe. That was the breaking point.
Okay, so maybe let's leave it for the parasha of when we come to it. It's not really this week's parasha, but there is different approaches in the Rishonim. You mentioned the Ramban. There's other approaches. Maybe we'll look into that, the different way the Rishonim learn it. But where Rabbi Akiva is learning it is that it was a flaw in Moshe that he didn't believe in Hashem. According to Rabbi Shimon, Moshe Rabbeinu is Bechir HaEnosh. And there was no problem here with Moshe. It's just Moshe didn't understand why Hashem wants to do it. So Hashem is telling him, I don't want them to think that I can't do anything for 1 minute.
Yeah, but even Rabbi Shimon, but even Eman Bechol Beti can hit the rock twice. So.
Okay, so let's different parasha. Let's leave it for that, Gilad. Let's leave it for another time. Now, you want to ask something about here? Gilad?
No, it's I'm just saying it's look, it's not you said that Moshe is Neman Bechol Beto, of course. And even then he hit the rock twice, right?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's a big parasha, and there's a different action about it. When we study now, prepare more, and we'll talk about that. Just for this week's parasha and this pasuk of Hayad Hashem tiktzar, there's just two approaches that we need to go home with. One approach is Rabbi Akiva, that Moshe didn't believe the magnitude of the power of Hashem. And Rabbi Shimon is saying, no, Moshe, of course, he understood that Hashem is more powerful. That wasn't his problem. His problem was a different problem. What happened in the next parasha of the Selah. That was something. But here, of course, Moshe had the emunah in Hashem. But Moshe didn't know that Hashem was prepared to do everything just to show them that he can do it. Even if they didn't deserve it. Just to show Hashem that he can do it. And I think this is a big thing in emunah. For us on tefillah, we can learn from that. We need to be chazek in emunah. Hashem can actually do everything, anything. And sometimes Hashem will listen to tefillah just because Hashem wants us to believe in Him, that He can do it for us. And if we pray and we ask for a lifetime and we show our emunah and bitachon in Hashem will provide. Because look, you're praying for so much, or why are you not getting answers? Hashem will make sure He answers you, because the Hashem tichtzar. So let's just finish up with the last pasuk, the last Rashi of Rabbi Netanel. It gives a different approach to this pasuk. Let's read together. Pasuk Chav Gimel in Rashi. Yeah? Ata tireh, now you see יקרא דברים לו.
רבן של רבי יהודה אומר.
We'll stop here. I'll just finish off with this story. Okay? You can read it. No, it's just very interesting. He says it. Another explanation of Yad Hashem Tikitzah. Maybe you want to look at it later on. Let me tell you a story. A story of maybe 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago. Somebody in London from the community of Dayan Duna. And he flew to America for business. He's going for a business meeting. He's leaving his country. And he's got big hopes and dreams that he's going to bring back money and Parasha to provide for his family. And maybe, pay back some of his loans, his debts. And he's really making, a lot of hopes up for this business meeting. And he scheduled the meeting. He's got, in the morning, he makes a time. So let's say it was 8 o'clock in the morning. He has to be in the office for a meeting. Let's say it was a 10-minute meeting. You've got 10 minutes to come, sell a product, make his sale, make his amount, and come out there successful. And he plans his time. He's got to be there at the office at 8 o'clock. He doesn't want to be late. He's got to get up early. He needs to pray 6 o'clock minyan. Be finished at 7. He's got an hour to travel. Make sure he's there ready for the meeting in advance of time. Be there at 7:45. Make sure he's ready for the meeting, has something to drink, and he gives his best. That's his plan. Good plan. Nice plan. And you see, it was a good Jew. It was a Yehudi kasher. He wakes up in the morning. He goes to the minyan at 6 o'clock. And what is his mazal? The minyan does not start on time. They're delayed. And they're waiting for a minyan, and he's there with his tefillin, with his talit. Come on, let's go. I need to be out of here. And then his mazal, that his chazan comes up. And his old man is reading very slowly. He's got lots of time. He's not going anywhere. He's not in a rush. And all the tefillah is very slow. And he's looking at his watch 5 times every 5 seconds. He's looking at his watch. Yeah. And he's wishing to get out of there. They just finished the Kedusha of the Amidah. He takes off his tefillin and he's got to go. Now everyone turns around and he says, listen, you're the minyan. You're number 10. We waited ages till we had a minyan. Now you're going to leave us? He said, I can't. This is ridiculous over here. I'm coming here out of town. I'm the first time I'm praying here. Until you get your act together, there's a minyan. I have to wait for 20 minutes. And everything's going, I can't wait anymore. I can't wait any longer. I'm sorry. I have to leave. Okay, now the halakha says it's not a nice pasuk about somebody who leaves a bet knesset without a minyan. Ve'oz ve'Hashem yikalu. Should never do such a thing. But he was in Nisayon, and Nisayon was too big for him. I don't know, it was too difficult. He didn't manage to pass Nisayon. He left it, took off his tefillin, and left it there. Maybe I'll just add in over here. It's something a person should not do this. You should not leave without a minyan. You should leave without a minyan. But here you see he did leave without a minyan. He left the minyan and he took off his tefillin. Now he was in such a rush, he didn't even roll up his tefillin properly. He just took it off and he stuffed it in a plastic bag. He just put it in a plastic bag and he left it on the table. He left his tefillin there and he ran to get the train. He wanted to catch the train on time and he got the train, he had the meeting. The meeting was fine. it was okay. He passed it. Now he went back to the Bet Knesset to find his tefillin. Now what happens? It's a new Bet Knesset. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know people. He's looking for his tefillin. Looking for the blue plastic bag. He doesn't find a plastic bag. He sees some people learning. He says, did you see my tefillin? He's like, didn't see any tefillin. You see a plastic bag on the table? Didn't see any plastic bag? No. So, he's like, okay, what do I do? And I don't know, maybe ask the cleaner. He goes, ask the cleaner. There's a black cleaner, Goy. And he says to him, did you see my tefillin? He goes, what do you want? He said, I was a plastic. Yeah, there was a plastic bag. I saw it in the morning. I didn't know what it was. I asked everybody, does anyone know what this bag is? Is it yours? Is it yours? No. I said, no. Okay, plastic bag. I threw it away. Now he's already starting to sweat. He goes, what do you mean you threw it away? You threw away my tefillin? Because I asked everyone. No one knew who it was. I threw it away. He goes, I can't believe you threw it away. It's tefillin. He's starting panicking. He's like, where is it? He goes, I threw it out in the garbage. Outside around the back. The bin. Because I put it here this morning. Yep. Now, what was his mazal? If your tefillin is a garbage, you take it and you take out all the zevel and you find your tefillin. Now, he felt very bad. But when he goes to the garbage, it was empty. The garbage truck already came and took his tefillin. So now what do you do? What would you do in such a situation? He started panicking and he felt so bad and so guilty that he left his tefillin like that on the table in a plastic bag. He said, I've got to find it. So he called up the rubbish company in New York. They pick up all the garbage. And he said, where did they take all the garbage? I said, I need to find the van, the truck that took the garbage from this address, where the synagogue was. He gave them and he told them this is where the dump truck. Now what happened? What did they do with all the garbage? What did they do with it? What did they do with all the garbage? Piles and piles of rubbish. What did they do with it? All this junk that we throw away. So in New York, what they do, in some places, they burn it. They put it all in, they compress it, and then they put it in the fire. Now he's just thinking about it. My tefillin, which has 26 Shemot HaKodesh in the tefillin, and they're going to burn it. He said, I have to find it. He goes to the garbage truck and he says, listen, I need to find the rubbish of this truck. Give them the number plate of the truck because it went from his address. He says, listen, where it passed by your synagogue, that was the last truck that just came in now. You're lucky. It's at the top of the pile. Go to the top of the pile and you can find what you lost in the garbage. He said, okay, I have to find it. I don't understand how important it is. He said, okay, fine. He said, where are you going? I'm going to look for it. He goes, no, you're not allowed to go up there. Why? Because the garbage is toxic. It's contaminating. You can't go up to the garbage and just look for stuff. You have to wear a special suit, special gloves, special mask, boots, and then you can go up. You think about all the... He says, okay, give me whatever I need. Let me go. Now he's there on the mountain of rubbish, and he's just like picking up flying things. And he's there for, I don't know, maybe how long, half an hour, and he's not finding anything. And the guy at the bottom, you can see, the guy is miskin. He's really looking hard for it. How hard can you look for something that he's there for half an hour and he hasn't given up yet? It must be something very important. I'm going to go up to help him. That's what he said. So, there's two of them looking for piles of rubbish. Yeah, and he's a goy. And he comes up and he's helping him. And he's helping him. He goes, what are you looking for? He says, yeah, blue plastic bag. And he's helping him look for it. After a while, eventually, they find a blue plastic bag. Now, you see the guy, he finds it. He started crying. He got all emotional. He said, he finally found his tefillin. And he opens the bag and he finds out the tefillin. And he starts kissing it. And he's crying and he's finding the black box of straps. And the guy is looking at him. And goes, you're just thinking like, what are you doing? You're crying and kissing black boxes. You make me come up here for an hour to look at the garbage. And this is what is this? He's like, where'd you guys come from? You're not normal. And he says to him, yeah, You don't understand. I'm Jewish, and this is my tefillin. This is what I pray with every day. And I just left it there, and trying to explain himself. And the guy says to me, "You're Jewish?" I said, "Yeah. I'm looking for someone Jewish." He says, "What do you mean looking for someone Jewish?" I said, "Yeah, you don't understand. My father, he passed away. And he wasn't born Jewish. His mother was Jewish, and his father was Jewish. But him and my mom were raised non-Jewish. And he asked me, just do one thing for me. When I die, please say Kaddish." So he said to him, and he said he came to me in a dream, and he said to me, "Say Kaddish." And I said to my dad, "I didn't have to say Kaddish." He says, "Don't worry. I'm going to send you a Jew, and you're going to learn from him how to do Kaddish." And he said, "I want you to teach me how to say Kaddish." So they went down, they go clean themselves up, washed their hands, they went into some Bet Knesset, and he started teaching him how to read the Kaddish, how to say it, when to say Amen, when to stop, teaching all the halakha how to do Kaddish. And as he's teaching the Kaddish, he's explaining to him how important it is the Kaddish, and how important it is to say Amen, and every Amen is creating a malach. And this is, he's saying, Yehi Shem Hashem Mevarach. He's teaching him the words, may Hashem's name be great and glorified. And then suddenly he feels so guilty. He feels so bad. He said, I'm teaching this person who's almost a goy how to say Kaddish for his father. And I myself, I left the minyan early, and I missed 5 Kaddishim at the end because of my business. And here Hashem made me go through the Zever in order to find and to teach the Jew, just so I should appreciate how much is the Mala of a Kaddish. So what I'm bringing the point of the story is, look what Hashem did just for one Jew to say one Kaddish. He brings him over from England to a Bet Knesset that he doesn't know, where he makes the minyan start late. It makes the chazan daven slowly. It makes the cleaner throw away his tefillin, and makes the garbage truck pick it up and chuck it in the garbage, just so he's there on the shifts, just to teach one Jew to make Kaddish. All of that Hashem did. Anything would change in the story, it would be different. And all of that Hashem did just so one person do Kaddish. Is that Yad Hashem Tiktzar? If Hashem wants it to happen, anything can happen. Yad Hashem Tiktzar. He said, I will bring you someone to teach you Kaddish. This is what he said to Hashem. We have to appreciate Hashem can make everything happen for us. Anything can change. It's a level of emunah. And we trust in Hashem. We believe in Hashem. We will see the chesed. We'll see everything will happen, work for us. And this is the message I want to learn from this week's parasha. The 3 paranyuts, what we're learning about, to trust in Hashem, believe in Him, can do anything. He does it for our own good. No, not complaining about Hashem, not to run away from Hashem, run away from the shiur, run away, maybe we're going to learn something a bit more. What? No, Hashem is good. Hashem is goodness. So I hope you enjoyed the shiur. I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
And Hashem, next week I have a shiur on the Parashat Shelach.
תודה רבה.
Thank you.